this. KION News Channel 546 at 6.
Our top story tonight, the coronavirus pandemic has made athletics a challenge. Not just high school student athletes hoping to get noticed, but for college recruiters searching for their next standout player. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6 o'clock. I'm Aaron Groff. We're taking an inside look at what this has meant locally. KION's Jonathan Sarabia has our report from CSU Monterey Bay tonight.
Aaron, although much of how student athletes are recruited has changed because of the pandemic, there is still hope for students trying to catch the attention of recruits. The hopes and dreams of California student athletes trying to make it to the pros have not dashed entirely, despite restrictions on competitive sports in the state.
If their dream is to play a college sport, they should not give up on that.
CSUMB Athletic Director Kirby Gary says, despite scouts and coaches from professional and college sports programs being unable to travel, there's still a ton of recruiting going on behind the scenes. Gary says the NCAA has a logjam of student athletes now, with some athletes debating whether to extend their graduation timeline, meaning less spots for coaches to potentially have to fill.
So those athletes that they feel that maybe we're on track to graduate, that scholarship money becomes available for the next class of recruits. If that older group stays longer, maybe there's less scholarship to offer for incoming freshmen because we work on a budget, right? So I think it's really affected everybody.
Some coaches are looking at games pre-COVID and also the limited competitions going on in and out of state. Despite coaches not being able to travel, Gary says coaches are continuing to interact with potential recruits behind a screen via email or Zoom.
And I know coaches really like to see in-person full game footage, but I think if there's any way to get coaches' attention, video clips that everybody has a camera in their hand these days with phones, any ability to show themselves off, to get awareness, exposure, I would encourage it.
Gary says it's important for students to let their coaches know that it's their aspiration to play at a college level.
It's just going to be a matter of timing and to stick with it and being proactive for themselves, engaging in the process and being patient.
Aaron, the director, also encourages students to reach out to coaches at schools that line up with their academic pursuits. Reporting live in Monterey, Jonathan Sarabia, KION News, Channel 546.